This will be the last build that you have to make on NBA 2K25. This build is a complete on-ball menace. I can't breathe, bro. Has lightning speed. Yo. Just look how beat I am on this play, and I'm still able to recover and get the stop. And speaking of stops, it's gonna be no stopping you when it comes to the crazy amount of ankle breakers you're gonna get. Get up, my boy. You're gonna be able to get on that rim like he's not even there. And my favorite, but surely not least, is your burner. Just look at how I'm shooting with this build. You're going to be able to hit crazy shots like this, and people are even gonna think that you're cheating. So please hit that like button, and let's get into the best tall 6'6" build on NBA 2K25. Yes, man, it really is me, Wizzle, aka the instant burner, man. YouTube today, I'm gonna give you guys one of my favorite tall build 1v1 builds that a lot of you guys have been asking for on all my socials, and I really appreciate you guys for asking for the build. But here we go with it. You feel me? Before we get started, to be greatly appreciate if you guys can smash that like button. If you guys want another 1v1 build or tall build, comment tall build in the comment section and get this video to 300 likes, and I got y'all with another one. But look, pretty much what the build is, you know I like my taller builds. I've always been a tall build type guy, but the build is 6'6". You want to go with 6'6". The weight I went on the build is gonna be 243. And what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to make him, he either has to be a small forward or a power forward. You get the same amount of stats either way. So this build, I made him a small forward to switch it up. Gotta make him 243 right there. We went on the wingspan. We made the wingspan 6'11" so we can get that mid-range to a 93. I will show you guys later why we did that. But pretty much let's start with the burner first. What we did, we put this at a 93, and what that's gonna do, it's gonna give you your set shot right here. It's gonna be Hall of Fame. I made a mistake on my 6'8" build, making this where it was gold, and I could pretty much tell a difference from Hall of Fame to gold. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta wait to get my +1s, any of that. And you get this dead eye too. This dead eye is slept on, which you get also on gold. And what I went with on a 3-pointer, all my new builds, I make them all with the same 3-pointer, 83. I feel like 83, I knock down hella shots. People think I'm cheating. You know what I'm saying? So 83 is my sweet spot. You might need more, just depends on how you play and what your burner's looking like. And it's also gonna give you, your shifty shooter, as you're gonna see in a second. It's gonna give you a shifty shooter on gold, because I like to lean it and green it too. So it's also gonna give you guys that. What we went with on the ball handle, with a 85. We went right there with the speed with ball. I always make my speed with balls right there with silver lightning lunch. You can get to where you need to be on the 1s, or even if you want to play with this build on the 2s. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all seen my gameplay where I play with my 1s builds on the 2s, and I'm able to do that just fine with silver lightning lunch. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know how to ISO and do what you got to do. But that's what we did right there. With the interior, you know, I play a lot of post scores, so I feel like the minimum you need to play post scores, you need at least an 88. You know, on my taller builds, my 6'7", 6'8", I got a 93 on those builds, which is a lot easier to guard some of these post scores, but you will be just fine if you know what you're doing with an 88. With the perimeter defense, we went with a 93, and I ended up using cap breakers on this. When I use my cap breakers, let me go ahead and put the rest of this up. I didn't put any steal on the build. The block by James, we put this in a 74. Offensive rebounding, I only mess with that. I put that at a 70 right there. The speed on the build, I like a little speed on my builds, me personally, you know what I'm saying? So I went 85 right there. This is important though. You got to put this at an 84. This has to be, agility has to be at an 84 if you're going to use cap breakers like I did. Because what you're going to do, with that being an 84, you're going to be able to get this up. I put my perimeter at a 96 on my cap breakers, and it's going to give you, your challenger is going to be up, and you're going to need your on-ball minutes. You see, on-ball minutes has to have 84 agility. So once you use those +3s, it's gonna give you Hall of Fame on ball minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to at least have a chance to get some of them small 6'4" bills. So that's where we went right there. With the strength, we put the strength at a 94. You know, we put this at a 94. Then I used one of my +1s. Eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's always 0s and 5s with 2K. It's always a cap breaker at 0s and 5s. So I want to hit that 95 for my strength. So I put that right there. We went with a 65 on the vert right there. Like I said, this is a movable forcer. You're actually going to have a movable forcer on Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Because like I said, this is going to be at 95. And what you want to do with the finishing right here, we went with a 76 right here. Actually, I forgot to tell you guys. Actually, I'm sorry. I actually used some cap breakers. You know, excuse me. I actually used cap breakers on my mid-range. Your mid-range, your ball handling, your strength, things like that, those usually take the most like attributes. So when you're using for these builds, for these 6'6" builds, so when you're trying to save points, you want to use it on like your mid-range and things like that. Mid-range or ball handling, if you're gonna go to an 86, because I did use one of my ball handles to put this at an 86, and what that's gonna do is gonna actually give me ankle assassins on silver, which I feel like is a big difference night and day from silver to bronze. And I will tell you guys this: when you're making a ones build, don't make, even though you don't really see a difference, like when you're pushing this down, even though you don't see a difference, don't make a ones build or ball handling build with 81 ball handle. Do not do it. I did it on my 6'8". When you do that, you can't throw the ball, you can't nutmeg anybody, you can't get any of those strong handles. Even though you got the badge, it says you have the badge right there, you won't get none of the animations. The sweet spot has to be at least 85. So I learned the hard way, so don't do that. With the layup, you always want to put the layup to at least 70 so you can make some of them tough layups, because that'll give you physical finish on at least bronze. Boom, as you see right there. With the stand, I always go high standing dunk so you can get animations like this. You see, this is the end of the game, bro. I just dunked on this man and got him off the court. And he was a sweaty too, you know what I'm saying? You just get better animations under the rim when you have your standing dunk up. So the sweet spot for me, I always put my standing dunk to an 81. It's gonna give me rise up on silver. Driving dunk, what I did, I put this up to a 78. You don't have to. My other build, it was on a 71, and just sometimes he just doesn't dunk. So I wanted to try on this build to put it up just a little bit more, and I'm telling you, I can feel a big difference put mine up to 78 compared to, you know what I'm saying, the usual 71 that I put on my build. So let me go ahead and put up my perimeter back up. The perimeter was up to a 93. Hold on, we missing something. Hold on. Boom, just like that. So that's pretty much the build with no cap breakers. You can make the cap breakers wherever you want to put them, but like I said, I would suggest at least putting your cap breakers on your perimeter defense, so you have more perimeter defense, and putting cap breakers to get to a 93 with your mid-range. The rest of them, put them how you want them. Doesn't really matter. It's pretty much just personal preference, like really. But then that's pretty much it. Then we just go right there, boom, and look at the company. We got the all-star Jalen Williams, Jaden McDaniels, and Luol Deng, all W's. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna say that you are a two-way perimeter shot creator. Now let's go ahead and get into the dribble moves. So just in case you guys want those, what I go with dribble style, I always go with my boy Zion. I feel like for tall builds, low speed with ball, it's the best one in my opinion. Hold on, I messed this up. Let me boom right there. Yeah, but we always go with the Zion Williams right there. Signature size up. We go with the Drew Holiday. Boom right there. Regular breakdown. Now I use Kobe. Yeah, I use Kobe White right there. Aggressive, I use Luka Doncic. Shout out to Luka too, man. What do y'all think, man? Do y'all think Luka them are gonna win the chip this year? Type 1 if you think they're gonna win the chip. Type 2 if you like, nah, I don't think so. Escape moves, we're using Mr. PG-13 right there. Combo moves, we use Pro crossover, we're using D Book. You can either use, for these builds, you can either use D Booker, Lonzo Ball, if you're a big dribbler, or you can use AR-15. Where is he at? Austin Reeves. Yeah, or you can use Austin Reeves. Just depends on your play style. They're all W moving crossovers, but like I said, I use Booker. Boom, right there. Behind the back, I like to use Kawhi Leonard. Spin. I think I use Kawhi Leonard. I don't really spin too much, but I use Kawhi Leonard. Hesitation, Halliburton, I feel like is the best one, especially if you want to misdirection or act like you're going one way and go another way. Step back, they say I'm step back made. I guess I'm Levine made because I like Levine step back. That's what I use. Triple threat, we use Curry. Go-to shot, I don't really mess with too much of this. Go-to shot, you know, we're using the one that gives you the speed boost, which is Kevin Durant. Drill pull-up, I like Booker this year. It's either I feel like Booker or where is it at? Why I don't see it on here. What? Weird, I don't see it on here. But I use Booker. I don't know why it's not on here. Either Booker or Kobe, I feel like. Weird, I don't see it. Hop jumper, I use Vassell right there. I don't really mess with too much of this other stuff. My motion style, I'm still on the Eubanks. You know, they say they have other ones out there, but you know what I'm saying, it's not broke, not fixed. I'm not gonna fix it. So it's what I've been using and winning with. So that's pretty much everything. Oh yeah, and the dunks. Let me show y'all the dunks that I use. I usually keep it pretty simple with my dunks. I use mostly one-footed. I feel like one-footeds are the best. But which ones is it? I use a park dunk. Where is it at? Yeah, I use this flashy right here for my one-footed. That's pretty much the only one. Sometimes I put on the hangs off one. Sometimes on my lower builds. So I'll put that one on right there. These are all unblockable dunks. Standing dunks, you want to put down there all these on. Just put all these on. I think the athletic. Do I use the athletic one? I think the athletic I don't use. Let me see. Yeah, I don't use the athletic. That's the only one I don't use because it got a couple dunks that go behind your head. So any of the other ones I use. Then I also put on Klay Thompson. So boom, I put that on also right there. And those are pretty much all the dunks and all the signature styles, drill moves that I use on the build. You guys let me know what you think of the build. Is it a W or an L? Again, don't forget to like up the video, subscribe if you're new, and y'all already know who it is.